Actually, that's a question for you. What do you think, Andy? What type of impact a weightlifter, power lifter transitioning over to combat sports, what do you think? What type of impact would that have on their combat sports performance?
Yeah, so we traditionally see those individuals perform very, very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And the component people don't understand is deadlifting. Powerlifting is not so much here, but Let me try that again. Powerlifting not so much, but weightlifting yes, because in the deadlift, you're typically going to pull off the ground as fast as possible, right, and then try to not get caught in whatever position you suck at. Well, with weightlifting, you don't necessarily jerk or explode directly off the floor. It's an acceleration until you get to your power position, and then it is a rapid explosion. And that is the exact same thing as a punch. So a common mistake with a punch and kick is exploding right from the start and then losing or having equal energy throughout the way. Rather, you want to get as much torque developing and your hand is being held as long as possible to the very end, and then it is an extension and a snap towards the end. And so that rhythm of just not jerking from the very beginning is very, very helpful with learning how to kick and punch. Powerlifters tend to struggle because they're used to just driving and popping kind of at the bottom and then floating to the end. So that rhythm, that double peak is what we'll call it, right? So it's a muscle activation to get moving, it's a relaxation, and then a reactivation at the end to snap is foreign to powerlifters often. Of course, though, the biggest thing that they struggle with is they don't really understand the conditioning piece, and they don't understand the impact piece. And so they don't understand what getting punched actually feels like in terms of holding their breath and absorbing. And so they perform worse with their conditioning than they actually have, say, like with their VO2 max, because they're just not used to getting hit and pushed and kicked. So even coming from like a football background, it's not the same impact. So getting punched repeatedly and getting smashed and pushed on, it takes a level of fatigue that you don't understand. So that's going to be the major limitation. Now, when you take someone like Steph and you're so far extreme, so many years of that background, but you've got weightlifting as well. So you probably have a bit of that understanding when to apply enough force to get things moving and stay under control, and then when to actually, explode or pop or whatever you want to term it. But for you, it's going to be the understanding of when to breathe and when to not breathe. That would be the biggest piece, because you can get your conditioning to a certain level. I don't think it'd be a problem. But once you get inside the ring and punches are flying, is when do you breathe, when do you not breathe, and when you eat a punch and block it without flexing with everything you have, and learning that control is going to be big, because you'll burn your arms out or legs or whatever by flexing so hard to block stuff. And you got to learn that, when is this a hard punch? Where's my range at? When do I need to really move or not move? So that piece will dramatically increase your conditioning, just being comfortable in those positions.
Mm-hmm.